Welcome to today's beginner yoga practice. My name is Serena and I'll take us through the practice today. We're just going to start in a comfortable seated position. We call this easy pose Sukhasana, so make sure it feels easy. If the hips are tight, you can sit up on top of a block. Take a big inhale and scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, loop them back and down and turn your palms to face up towards the sky on your knees. So in yoga, your breath is like the bridge that connects mind to body. Start your practice by closing your eyes and really tuning into the breath, noticing the sensation and perhaps the sound of your inhale and your exhale. It's important because when you breathe deeply and intentionally, you calm your nervous system, improve circulation, and give your body the oxygen it needs to move with ease. It's also going to help to guide your alignment, teaching you when to soften, when to engage, and when to release. So make the commitment right now to stay present with your breath as we move forward. On your next inhale, as you breathe in, pick up your hands, sweep your arms out to the sides all the way up and overhead. Seal your palms together. Exhale to bring your hands down to a prayer position in front of your chest. Let's repeat. Inhale to reach, feel the sides of the waist grow longer, and exhale to soften down. Let your shoulders soften and the elbows hang close to the sides of the ribs. Inhale, reach up. Can you draw your navel in a little bit to support the lower back? Exhale, bring your hands down and soften. This time it's different. Pay attention. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist towards your right side, taking your left hand to the right knee or thigh and your right hand down behind you as a kickstand. Be careful not to drop your chin. Sit up a little taller as if there's a string tied to the top of your head, lengthening you upwards, and then you can turn and look back over your right shoulder. Now just keep your left hand on the right knee, turn to face forward but sweep your right arm up and over, rotating your palm to face down and gently drawing the right thumb back behind you to open the chest. You can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling, keep your nose inside of the right bicep as you lean your upper body to the left side and feel a generous stretch down the right side waist. And like you're cutting a line with your right hand, carve it down and forward so you can grab onto your left knee, round through your spine, tuck your chin, draw the navel in and pull your hands cupped against the knees. We're going to keep the right arm crossed over top of the left. Pick up your hands and either grab onto opposite shoulders with the elbows stacked or bring your hands together, intertwining at the wrists. We call this eagle arms. As you inhale, pull the elbows up, lift your fingertips and lean the shoulders back. And as you exhale, imagine you're pulling the elbows down towards the belly button as you round in. So inhale, we're arching the spine, lifting the chest, rolling onto the front of the sits bones, and exhale to round in. You can feel your weight gently rock to the backs of the sits bones. Try to line up your movement with the breath, so inhaling to lift and exhaling to round. That's where the magic happens. And then just bring yourself back through center, uncross the arms, and release the arms overhead as you inhale. We're doing the other side, so turning left side this time, right hand to your left knee, left hand down behind you. Sit up tall, draw your navel in, look back over your left shoulder. Be careful your right sit bone doesn't lift off the floor. Right hand stays where it is. Pick up your left hand, reach it all the way up and over, leaning your upper body to the right side. But imagine you're pushing your ribs and your hips to the left, so you feel it stretch down the left side of the waist. You can gaze up towards the ceiling inside of the left bicep. Then carve that line with your left hand as you sweep it down and forward, crossing the left arm over the right as you cup your knees with opposite hands. Lean back, tuck your chin round the spine. You should feel a generous stretch between the shoulder blades in the upper back. Keep your arms crossed, elbows stacked, but pick up your hands and you can either grab opposite shoulders or intertwine at the wrists. So finding your eagle Garudasana arms. And 3 times with the breath, inhale, arch the back, lift the elbows, pull them forward and up. Exhale, hug them down and in, firm the navel in, rock onto the back of your sits bones. Again, inhale to lift. If you have eagle arms, think about drawing the fingertips slightly back behind you. And exhale, elbows towards the navel. Last round, inhale using your breath to elevate the chest, lean the shoulders back. And exhale, curl it all in. You should feel the core engage slightly. Come back through center, uncross the arms, sweep them up and overhead. Seal your palms together, and as you breathe out, bring your hands down to heart center. Let's interlace the fingers and start to warm up the wrists by rolling the wrists around in circles. And then you can go a few times in the opposite direction. Let's separate the hands, give them a quick shake. We'll come into tabletop position next. So facing towards the front of your mat, consciously plant your hands right underneath the shoulders, spreading your fingers out wide, index fingers face forward, and line up your hips over top of your knees. See if you can firm your hands a little more into the floor, as if you were pushing a wall away with your hands, so you feel the shoulders and core engage. From here, inhale, dip the belly all the way down, pull the chest forward, gaze out across the horizon for cow pose. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin and press down through the hands for cat. Again, inhale, arching the back, lift your tail, feel the front body open, and exhale, round. You're looking for a stretch across the upper middle back again. One more time, make it really intentional, lining it up with your breath, inhaling to arch, and exhale, ripple the spine into this rounded cat shape. Now let's come back to neutral on the next breath in. Shift the weight to your right hand, pick up your left arm and just draw one big sweeping circle. And as you sweep your left arm up to the sky on the second round, pause, opening your chest. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath the right, laying the back of the left arm down on the floor, palm facing up. You can set the side of the head down as well. If it feels okay for your balance, your right hand is going to come to the lower back with the palm facing out. And think about rotation. So you want to turn your chest towards the right side. You can even turn your gaze slightly more up towards the sky or the ceiling above you. Just make sure the side of your head stays supported by the mat. Now unwind the right hand from behind your back. Place it back underneath the shoulders. You can press yourself up and sweep the left arm up to the sky. Take your left arm, reach it forward without setting it down. Thumb faces up, pinky finger faces down. This is just a little better for the shoulder. And then extend your right leg behind you. Find your balance. As you exhale, bring the elbow and knee to touch in a bird dog crunch. And then as you inhale, straighten and lengthen arm and leg. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen. Careful not to arch into the lower back. This is for your core, so think about intentionally lighting up those core muscles, especially as you squeeze the elbow and knee in towards each other. Pause next time you reach out. Left hand goes down, and then drag your right knee all the way forward, rounding slightly through the spine so you can step your right foot in between the hands for a low lunge. Keep your left knee on the floor. See if you can melt the pelvis forward and lift the chest just slightly as you inhale. Then tuck your left toes under, pull the hips back, hands frame the right leg for a half split. We'll flow with the breath, so inhale, hips forward, chest up, chin parallel to the floor, and exhale, fold over your right leg as you straighten it out and pull the hips back. Inhale, find your lunge position, loop the shoulders back and down. Exhale, draw the hips back, flex your right foot so toes face up towards the sky. One more time, returning to your lunge position. Plant your hands square on the mat either side of the right foot, and then just step your right knee back, placing the shin on the floor for tabletop. Let's pick up the right arm, draw one big circle, make it as big and sweeping as you can, and then reach your right arm up towards the sky, open your chest to the right side. Exhale, turn all the way around, threading your right arm underneath the left, laying your shoulder and the side of your head down on the floor. You can take your left hand around the lower back, palm facing out as if you were reaching for your right hip pocket to draw the left shoulder onto your back. And as we twist, notice how hips are still in line over top of the knees. Unwinding, place your left hand back down underneath the shoulder. Reach your right arm up, opening chest to the right side one more time. And then take your right fingertips forward, extend your left leg behind you. And as you exhale, hug them in towards each other, switch on the core. Inhale to lengthen back out. A few more. Be careful not to lock out your left elbow. Keep a micro bend in your left elbow joint and draw the left shoulder down away from the ear. So not only paying attention to the parts of the body that are moving, but also those that are in stillness. Place your right hand back down, extend your left leg, and then draw the left knee forward, slight rounding of the spine so you can step through to your low lunge. Inhale to send the hips forward, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back and down, gaze across the horizon. As you exhale, pull your hips to the back of the mat, fold over your left leg and flex the foot. Again, inhale, pull it open. You should feel a stretch in the front of your right hip. And then exhale, pull it back. Now the sensation shifts to the back of your left thigh. Inhale, roll it forward, starting to become a little more fluid. And exhale, pull it back. Excellent. Let's draw forward one more time, coming back to your lunge. And with your hands on the floor, lower your left knee back down so you're in your tabletop position once more. If you need to, reorganize your knees so they're right in line underneath the hips. Press down through the hands to find that shoulder activation, core strong. Tuck your toes under. Now lift your knees, hovering them just an inch or two above the mat. This is really good for strengthening your core, your wrists, your shoulders. You can gaze down at the mat right in between your thumbs for 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Pull your hips back and up. You can keep a bend in the knees if you need. Hang your head between your arms. Gently reach the heels down towards the floor. Feel the back of the body lengthen out. If it feels good, you can bend one knee and then the other. Pedaling it out on the spot, we call this walking out the dog. And this is a really good time to check in with your breath. So coming back to your inhale and your exhale. As you breathe in, come up a little higher onto your toes, so lifting your heels and the hips up towards the sky. Put a big bend in your knees, and then use your hands to press your chest back towards the thighs. From there, see if you can keep that tilt of the pelvis, and then straighten the legs again. Notice if that feels a little different. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. Point your toes, bend your knee, and allow your hips to roll open towards the left side. So your left hip bone will stack on top of the right, and your heel will come close to the glutes. We call this opening the hips. Now use your core as you draw the left knee forward. Think in between the elbows, and step your left foot down in between the hands. Come up high onto your back toes so right heel is lifted, and as you inhale, reach the arms overhead, turning the palms to face in towards each other, sitting deep into your lunge in the left knee. Now control with your core so that you don't collapse. You're going to take your right hand down to the inside of your left foot and sweep your left arm up to the sky. Can you rotate your left palm to face towards the left long edge of your mat? If you have the space keeping your back knee lifted, think about sinking your hips down a little more for this last breath. And then take your left hand down inside of the left foot, returning all the way around to the right long edge of your mat. Walk your hands underneath the shoulders and inhale to lift halfway so the shoulders stack over the wrists. And as you exhale, bow down and fold, generously bending at the elbows. Another halfway lift as you inhale so the shoulders over top of the wrists. Turn your left toes to the front of your mat. This time the right foot stays flat and keep your foot facing the same direction as you walk your hands forward and then windmill your arms up into Warrior 2 position. So palms face down, arms are one straight line from the left fingertips back to the right, and you can gaze over your left fingers. Push down through your left foot so the left leg straightens and sweep the arms overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, lunge into your left knee, bring the arms parallel, Warrior 2. Again, inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, lunge into your left knee, arms come down. One more time. Make it a little slower, more intentional, moving upper and lower body at the same time. Now this time, turn your left palm up to the sky, sweep your left arm back and right hand to the outside of the right thigh, reverse warrior. Then like you're doing a cartwheel with your hands, take them down to frame your front foot, tuck your right toes under, strong through the core, step your left foot back into a high plank. We'll move through a modified vinyasa, so you can lower your knees to the floor, bend the elbows, hug them in close to the sides of your body, lower your chest and your chin in one straight line. Untuck your toes, tops of the feet on the floor. As you inhale, peel your chin and your chest up off the mat, maybe just a little bit, or maybe you straighten out the arms. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, let's melt it back down. Push straight down through the hands so that you can come up through all fours, and we'll move into a quick child's pose. Widen your knees to the borders of the mat, bring your big toes to touch, and send your hips back to your heels. Keep the hands reaching forward so the sides of the waist are long, but melt the forehead down to the mat. This is really nice for the lower back, neck, and shoulders. So I always like to incorporate these sort of stops during the practice to just come back to what's most important. The shapes are secondary, the breath is your priority. So rest a little longer if you need. This is another wonderful check-in point for the breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to go through that same sequence on the other side. So you can lift your forehead, pull yourself forward to a tabletop position, tuck your toes under, heading back to our downward dog, lift your knees, pull the hips high, find that upside down V shape with your body. And let's just do this one again as you inhale high onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, press your chest back towards your thighs, and then see if you can re-straighten the legs. They may not straighten all the way, and that's okay. Heels can stay lifted as well. This time, sweeping your right foot up towards the sky. Point your toes and then bend your right knee. Imagine you're reaching your right toes over towards the left side of your mat. You're going to feel slightly pulled towards the left, but the right hip stacks on top of the left. Really good for opening up the fronts of the hips. Keep your chin slightly tucked. And as you exhale, it comes from the core. As you hug the right knee forward in between the elbows and then gently step your right foot between the hands. Try to keep your back leg relatively straight as you rise up, high crescent lunge, reaching the fingertips to the sky. Take a moment to find your balance, firm the navel in. And the slower you do this one, the more challenging it's going to be. We're going to take the left hand down, plant it flat on the floor inside of the right foot. Rotate your chest to the right side, reach your right fingertips to the sky. See if you can sink the hips down a little bit more without lowering your left knee. Hips are going to pull up again as you take your right hand down inside of the right foot. Swivel to face towards the left long edge of your mat, turning all 10 toes in that direction, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, draw the navel in, surrender, and fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. We're going to turn the right toes to the front, walk your hands forward, lunge into your right knee, keep your left foot flat, and then windmill action with the arms to rise up to your warrior two. Gaze over the right fingertips, arms strong and straight. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bring it back down to warrior two. We'll do 2 more here, and think about this. Your breath should dictate the speed of your movement, not the other way around. So adjust your movement to match how fast or slow you're breathing, rather than adjusting your breath to match your movement. All right, flip your right palm up to the sky, reverse your warrior, right hand back and up, left hand to the outside of the left thigh. Excellent, and then windmill your hands down to frame your right foot, tuck your left toes under, strong through the core, shoulders, and legs as you step your right foot back, high plank, top of a push-up. Let's move through another modified vinyasa. Drop your knees, keep the elbows close as you lower your chest and chin in one line. Untuck your toes, inhale to peel up into baby cobra or full cobra if that feels okay in the lower back. And as you exhale, gently roll the chest and chin back down to the mat. Press down through the hands to come up through tabletop through all fours. Another round of child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch. Send your hips back to the heels. Drop your forehead down to the floor. Allow the elbows to melt down as well so the shoulders are soft and relaxed. If you'd like something a little different this time, you can turn the palms in, making a prayer position with the hands. Bend your elbows and kind of like a shark fin, take the thumbs to either the back of the skull or they may graze the back of the neck with the elbows on the floor beside the temples. This will allow you to experience a nice stretch not only in the lower back and shoulders, but also down the back lines of the arms, through the triceps, and the muscles that line underneath the armpits. And let your body give way to a sort of effortlessness in this pose as we hold just a little longer. So no forcing, no struggling. Excellent. Lower your hands back down to the floor. Walk your hands in towards you, lifting your torso away from the thighs. Sweep your legs over to one side so that you can come to a seat. Just make sure you're in the center of your mat so you have a little bit of space in front of you where you can plant your feet and a little bit of space behind you. Bring your hands to the mat just behind your hips with the fingertips facing towards you, so towards the top of your mat. Plant your feet hip-width apart, all 10 toes face forwards. As you inhale, bend your elbows, let this be a little sloppy, lean back, tuck your chin. And then as you exhale, drive the heart forward, straighten out the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Finally, press down through the feet to lift your hips up into a reverse tabletop. If it feels okay for the neck, you can drop the head back, gazing towards the back of your mat. Think massive opening and expansion across the front side of the body. And to come out, tuck your chin first and then lower your hips down to the floor. You can turn your hands around so the fingertips face back to release the wrists and flop your knees right to left in a windshield wiper-like motion a few times to release the hips and the lower back. Excellent. Let's release back through center. Make sure you have a little space between your feet and your knees and space behind you on the mat. Bring the arms forward, reaching towards the top of your mat and controlling through the core. Tuck in, round through the spine and slowly lower one vertebra of your spine down to the mat at a time. Upper back, shoulder blades, and the head lower down last. And then pick up your right foot, draw it in towards the chest. Cross the right ankle just above the left knee, making a 4 shape with the legs. You can walk the left foot in a little bit closer if you want more intensity through the right hip. We want to work the hip into external rotation, so you can use your right hand to gently press the right knee away from the body. Or you could pick up your left foot from the floor, bringing the right hand between the thighs, left hand outside, grab onto the back of your left thigh or on top of the left shin. Keep the back of your head relaxed down on the floor and use your breath to your advantage. On your exhale, imagine you're sending space into areas that feel tense, most likely the hips or the backs of the legs in this stretch. And we'll take it over to the other side, so place your left foot back down onto the mat, uncross the right leg and plant the right foot. Pick up your left foot, keeping the foot flexed, cross left ankle just above the right knee, creating a 4 shape. Remember your external rotation, so think left knee away. You can use your left hand to actually push the left knee slightly away from the body, opening up your rotation. From there, pick up your right foot, grab onto the back of your right thigh or over top of the shin. Keeping the back of your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed on the floor, hug the shins in, breathe, and soften what needs softening. The idea is to practice responding to discomfort in the postures in the body with ease. And the more you practice this on your mat, the more it translates off the mat and to challenges in real life. Release your grip wherever you're holding on to the right leg. Uncross the left leg and straighten it out so the back of the left leg is laid down on the floor. Keep your right knee bent, pick up your right foot, take your left hand to the outer right knee corner, reach your right arm out to the side so the shoulder blade is on the floor. Use your left hand to draw the right knee over to the left side of the mat. It's okay if it doesn't touch. More important to keep your right shoulder blade grounded. The right knee can hover. Turn your gaze towards the right fingertips. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in this reclined twist. Finding that steady balance where there's enough sensation happening in the body that you have to pay attention to breathe through it, but not so much that you feel any pain, especially in the lower back. Remember, if you feel pain, that's your sign to back off. Bring your head back through center first so your nose faces up towards the sky. Roll onto your back, drawing the right knee back through the center line. And switch your legs. Right leg straight, lay it down on the mat. Take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Reach your left arm out to the side. I like palm facing up. Keep the left shoulder blade down as you guide your right knee over to the left. Remember, it's not about touching the right knee to the floor. If, like me, you can't bring it all the way down, you can keep a little space between your right knee and the mat, and then turn your head so the left ear comes towards the floor and you're gazing towards the left fingertips. And remember, this is your practice, so instead of aiming for making the pose look a certain way, notice what it feels like in your body. Let your attention rest on the stretch, the warmth, the subtle shifts of the breath. Whatever sensation is there. Just see if you can soften the effort of thinking and simply feel the breath moving through your body. Let's bring it back through center again. So back of the head on the floor, draw the left knee back to the chest. Bring the right knee in to meet it. You can widen your knees a little bit so you can take the arms inside of the legs, reach up and grab onto the outer blades of the feet. Turn the soles of your feet up towards the sky. Think about aligning your ankles over top of the knees. Press your tailbone down, slight tuck of the chin to the chest so the spine is long in happy baby pose. If it suits your practice, you can take a little rock side to side, massaging across the lower back. Keep it really super gentle and relaxed. So as we come towards the end of our practice, this is where you want to feel like all your systems are slowing down, the breath, the heart rate, even the movement. Imagine you're rocking slower and slower until eventually you come to a complete stop. And then you're ready to release into your final Shavasana. So you can let go of your grip on your feet. Let's take a full body stretch just before we settle in. Pointing your toes, extending the legs, reach the arms overhead, spread your fingers out wide. And as you exhale, float your arms down by your sides. Turn your palms to face up with the pinky fingers close to the sides of the body and allow your toes to roll out. If you haven't done so yet, flutter your eyes to a close and soften all of the muscles in your face. And the goal here is to practice stillness for a moment or two. Simply breathe and allow yourself to receive, knowing that as you rest, your body is absorbing the benefits of your practice, that this time in stillness is valuable. You've moved with awareness, connected to your breath, and given yourself time to release tension. So rest fully, knowing that what you've just done is deeply nourishing for your body, calming for your mind, and grounding for your spirit. My friends, this is where I will leave you off for today, but please feel free to stay a little longer in this final Shavasana if you have the time. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for your support. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.